Okay, stop what you're doing, folks. Did you know that the kitchen trend that you're swooning over may just be a huge mistake? That's right. Today, I'm going to share with you the designer secrets to create a timeless kitchen. My name's Carrie, a designer here at Penny Modern, and I just moved into this new house and I'm going to be redesigning this kitchen soon, but I'm going to use it to show you some design features that can make your kitchen look dated. Plus, I've gathered a ton of research from major publications like Home and Gardens and Real Simple, and I'm going to share it with you so we can both design a timeless kitchen that's going to look great in the next 5, 10, or 15 years to come. And make sure you watch this entire video because at the end, I'm going to share with you 3 design trends that are on the way out, at least according to Apartment Therapy, so you'll know what not to do to create that timeless kitchen that I know that you want. So let's get cooking with the backbone of any kitchen, the cabinets. First, I wanted to talk about what are some classic cabinet styles and colors that you could use. But I wanted to show you guys a difference on the cabinet style. So on this door, this has the very square shape and it's more like a shaker style, right? It's not a shaker, but it's closer to it, right? So I suggest a shaker style cabinet if you're gonna choose one, because that's gonna give you a very timeless look. And that's why shaker style has been popular for so long, because it is relatively timeless. This is the problem. This one up here has that little embellishment, that little hump at the top, and that's what makes this kitchen look very dated, in addition to the granite. But the main thing is that little hump. So if that was not there, I could just paint these and it would look pretty good, right? So that is my suggestion if you're choosing a shaker style cabinet that's going to give you a timeless look. The other option is to do a flat front cabinet. So flat front cabinets have been around for a while. They can look a little bit more on the European side or more modern side, very clean lines. So anything with that clean line and very smooth shape and not a lot of embellishment is going to give you that timeless look. I'd like to know in the comments below what you think is better, a shaker style or a flat front cabinet. The next thing I wanted to talk about was color. We're going to go over colors in a little bit, so stay around for that. But one of the things, if you are going to go for wood cabinets, what color should you get? Because we all know that honey oak is looking dated right now. That's got the orangey and yellow undertones. And right now, white oak or very light oak is all the rage. So what are you going to do? I suggest doing a mid-tone or medium tone. Something like a walnut is always good. I think that's something that's a very classic, timeless look, the mid-tone wood. And the reason why you want to do that is you don't want to go too light, you don't want to go too dark, something in the middle. That's going to give you that longevity and more of a timeless look. So next up is backsplashes. We did have a partial granite backsplash that we ended up ripping out because I thought it would look better just with the wall there. And maybe I'll do like a peel and stick tile while we have our DIY makeover going on. I wanted to talk about backsplash and what you should choose. So a subway tile is going to be extremely timeless. Subway tiles have been around for years. So the thing that you can do about subway tile is you can lay it in a lot of different patterns. You can do a brick pattern, you can do stack tile, you can do a herringbone, and you can play with the pattern, but it's still going to be that timeless classic look. I think one caution on subway tile is a lot of people do like to do the high contrast grout with the tile. I would definitely think about that. You might want to do something that's closer to the tile color so it's not as big of a contrast, because that is going to give you a more timeless look. The other option is to do something that's more like a handmade tile. So like a Zalige tile or any kind of a handmade tile where each one looks a little bit different. And that's going to give you a clean shape. So they're just squares or maybe rectangles. There's going to be some natural variation in there so they don't all look uniform. And if you get those in a classic color and something that really goes with your countertop, that's going to give you that timeless look. So if you're getting value from this video so far, make sure you hit that like button. It's going to help other people just like you to find this video. So next up, we have countertop selections. What do you think a good countertop would be for a timeless kitchen? In my opinion, it's probably not this. This is a granite, and this, again, came with our house. And I would say this is very busy, and it has dark colors, it has light colors, there's a lot of contrast, and it's just super busy. For me, more timeless choice would be something that's maybe more neutral, maybe not as high contrast, not as bold of a pattern, and not as busy. So maybe if it was something that was more just beige with very small veins, or something that was a little bit more grainy granite that has like more particles of granite in it instead of all this deep veining, I would suggest picking a countertop, whether it's granite or whether it's a marble is definitely a classic choice, but there is a lot of maintenance with it, or a quartz that you can get that looks like a natural stone. But the stone you want to pick, the pattern would be maybe something more neutral, something that's like more white with just light veining, or maybe it's black with, again, light veining and not too high a contrast. So that's going to give you that timeless look. There is a big trend right now that's all about these heavily veined statement pieces over your countertop and up the wall. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. I think it is very beautiful, but is it going to look dated in 5 years? It's very bold, and everybody thought this was all the rage and the bee's knees back in the day, but it's not anymore. So I think getting something more neutral, less bold, and less pattern. Now, if you really love patterns, you should do it, but I'm trying to tell you how to have a timeless look to your kitchen.
Are you planning a kitchen remodel just like I am? If you are, I have a great free resource for you. This is a kitchen remodel budgeting worksheet. And this is something that I've used in the past on other remodels. I've remodeled 2 other kitchens in my home, and I also am using it for this one. And it basically itemizes out everything you might possibly need for your kitchen remodel or renovation project. It's going to save you a bunch of time. It might even help you save money. So download it today at pennymodern.com/freebies, link down in description. So the next topic is all about neutral color schemes. Selecting neutrals for your main color scheme is going to be a great way to get a timeless look to your kitchen. And you can choose things like a white, a cream, gray, beige. Be careful on the gray. You want to go to what is maybe a more neutral gray, not too cold, not too warm, even a sage like a light green or a light blue. I feel even like a darker blue can be the timeless choice because just a lot of people love black and white kitchens. I do feel like that is a little bit bold, a little bit more controversial. It might not be as timeless as we all think it would be. If you have a neutral color cabinet, you can always change out your countertops later, or maybe just the cabinet hardware. So changing out your cabinet hardware is super easy. So if you have a neutral color on your cabinets, you can just change out the hardware to update things, or maybe change out the lighting fixtures. But your cabinets are still going to have that timeless look. So I'd like to know, what color, white, paint is your favorite neutral color? So mine is White Dove by Benjamin Moore. I want to know down in the comments below, what is your favorite white or neutral paint color? The next way to make your kitchen look timeless is functional lighting. So you want to have a mix of different lighting. So you want to do something like a recessed can light, which we have plenty of here. And you also might want to do a pendant light. And again, pendant lights are actually fairly easy to change out. So that might be something that you pick something that's trendy right now, and then you can always change that out later because that's relatively easy to change. And then the other option is also doing some under cabinet lighting. Some people do the under toe kick lighting, and that way you're having a variety of different lights, whether it's task, ambient, or pendant, to make your kitchen look warm. And that's actually going to help it look more timeless. So next up is all about a hood or a statement hood. Now, I do not have one. I wish I did. We have an over-the-range microwave, which I personally feel does not give the most high-end custom look to your kitchen. It is very utilitarian, and that is something that when we do our renovation, we're going to be removing that. I do want to recommend a custom statement hood, or just some kind of a hood. It doesn't have to be custom. You can even get just store-bought ones that look very amazing. But what you can do is have a wood hood, you can have a plaster, you can have metal, all different kinds of materials. And it creates a focal point for your kitchen. So having a focal point on your kitchen that's not necessarily going to be like your fridge, which is the biggest appliance, right? It's going to make your kitchen just look and feel more high-end, more luxurious, and it's also going to look more timeless, depending on what you choose. So you want to use a style of hood vent that's going to go with the rest of your kitchen, with your decor, because it is that statement piece. Some people like to do a contrasting color that's complementary. Some people just like it to make the same color as the cabinetry. Either one is okay. I think that, again, you don't want to have an all white kitchen and then a red hood, right? So you need to be careful what colors you select. Oh, and by the way, I want you to hit the like button if you think a statement hood is a must have for any new kitchen. And if you think that is going to be the best way to have a focal point in your kitchen, hit the like button if you agree. So next I want to talk flooring. A lot of people right now are choosing to put the same flooring throughout the entire home, including the kitchen, because the waterproof luxury vinyl plank is extremely popular. Also, some people even put hardwood in their kitchen as well, which I am not the biggest fan of because it can get wet in your kitchen. So I am a fan of a waterproof material or stone or ceramic or something like that in your kitchen. I think having a seamless flooring look throughout the entire home, I don't think that's really going to go out of style, but depending on what flooring they pick, it could go out of style. So for a more timeless look, I think having some kind of a stone look or a tile look to your kitchen is actually relatively timeless. And if you pick something that's neutral and looks like a natural stone, it's hard to go wrong. Nothing too bold and nothing too light, nothing too dark, maybe somewhere in the middle. And that'll help at least make it last a good 10 years. I think to play it safe, either match the floor with the rest of your home or else pick a stone look for your kitchen in terms of flooring. So now let's talk appliances. So what kind of appliances should you pick for your kitchen? There's actually all different kinds of finishes that you can choose from. One of the most popular right now is stainless steel, and hopefully that stays in style for a long time. Now, there are different kinds of stainless steel. There is like a black stainless steel, and now they're having different colorful appliances, like they have all white appliances, and they'll have full on just black appliances. So to me, again, anything that's on the end ranges of what's available right now might become not in style anymore. So picking stainless steel, I don't think you can really go wrong. The other thing that is also pretty popular right now is some of the panel ready appliances. So that's another option. That means the appliance comes and you can actually put a panel on that matches the rest of your cabinetry. The other option you can do is actually go retro and go vintage. So you can do some of these vintage appliances. They're coming out with these vintage looking refrigerators, vintage looking stoves that are on to like 1950s, 1960s, 1930s even. And that way you're creating a timeless look by using something that's vintage, and some things just never go out of style. So that is another option. I would say it's a little bit more risky, but having a vintage piece in your kitchen that's going to act like a focal point, act like a centerpiece. Maybe you don't have a hood. Maybe you have this really cool vintage stove that can serve as your focal point, and that's going to make your kitchen look more elevated and more timeless. So now we can talk about the famous kitchen triangle. So that is having your fridge, your stove, and your sink all in a certain radius so that you can go and work and you can do the dishes. You can take your dish and put it over on the stove. You can take your pot on the sink. You can get stuff out of the fridge, put it next to the stove. That's the kitchen triangle here. So I am a proponent of the kitchen triangle because it just makes a lot of sense for most people. However, me and my husband, we split duties. So I am the dishwasher and he is the chef. So when you have that, you don't want your sink too close to the prep area or the stove and the fridge because you get in the way. A lot of times I'm doing dishes while he's cooking and you don't want them. So let me know in the comments below if you are a huge fan of the kitchen triangle or if you're like, there's a little bit of wiggle room. I want to know in the comments below what you think. But having a functional kitchen that's going to work well for you and your family is something that's never going to go out of style. You don't want a kitchen that's not functional, right? You don't want your fridge on one side of the wall, your sink on the other, and your stove on a third side, right? Like you don't want them super far apart or difficult to get to. I think you want to make sure that your kitchen is functional. And that is something that's going to be super timeless and not go out of style. So now I'm going to tell you about those 3 trends that are going out of style that you should not use if you want that timeless look to your kitchen. But first, make sure you hit subscribe if you want help on how to decorate your home like a pro. Now, on to the first tip.
So the first trend that is going out of style, according to Apartment Therapy, is an all-white kitchen. And I know this is controversial because I know everybody loves a white kitchen. I do too. But they are saying that a lot of homeowners believe that an all-white kitchen looks too sterile, it lacks personality, so it's on the way out. So instead, designers are designing kitchens that are having more beiges, more neutral colors, even soft greens, as well as even colorful kitchens. I want to know what you think in the comments below. Is an all-white kitchen on the way out or what? But I think the lesson here is just don't make it white on white on white on white. You need to add a little bit of color. If you do want to get those white cabinets, make sure you add color in other ways, whether that's through a backsplash or through the countertops, or maybe it's the flooring, or maybe an accent color. So you need to add a little bit of color and just make sure it's not just all white everything. So the next trend on the way out, according to Apartment Therapy, is bold pattern tile backsplash. So this I definitely agree with. I think having those bold patterns, very high contrast colors, it's a very personal choice. And it's honestly kind of trendy right now to have those crazy patterns on your backsplash. And it does look beautiful, but I don't think it's going to give you that timeless look to your kitchen in 5 or 10 years. A better choice would be something that is a more neutral, more kind of, not to say like monotone color, kind of uniform color, right? That is going to look good in 10 years, right? And so something like a Zalige tile might be a good choice because it does have kind of that unique handmade quality, and each tile looks different, but it is all the same color basically.
The third trend that's on its way out is open shelving everywhere. So that is a huge trend right now, is basically having no upper cabinets and having just open shelving. And a lot of people don't like the functionality of it because it always looks messy or it collects a lot of dust. And it really only works if you have somebody to dust it all the time, or you have the most beautiful, perfect dishes that you want to display. Maybe if you have a really huge kitchen, but most average people probably just need the storage space up in their upper cabinets versus having open shelving. So that's another one that's probably going to be on its way out. But I want to know in the comments below, what do you think about open shelving? Do you think that it's on the way out, or do you think it's here to stay? Let me know. So now you know how to get the timeless look to your kitchen, but you are going to need to know how to make your kitchen look elevated and luxurious, right? So I want you to watch this next video right here, which is all about the latest in luxury kitchen design.